What's up, guys? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I'm Turbo John, and you're on the Turbo John YouTube channel. We made some testing last week. We got some testing done. We went to 710 Dragway. We debuted that new bright, shiny orange paint job. I don't know if y'all like that or not, but I'm digging it. Can't thank Randy and Jim and those guys enough at RJ's for hooking that thing up, getting it slick, getting it sparkly, getting it very, very noticeable. Everybody's going to notice that car when we go to the track. There are some other orange ones out there, but it is what it is. But we made some progress. Car run pretty good, so we still got some work to do. We were planning on testing this next weekend, but it looks like we're going to probably get some weather, so we got some work to do on the car. Let me show you what we got going on. This kind of video is going to be kind of jumping around everywhere, but let me show you what we got to get done. If you don't mind, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a thing. You get notified every time we post a video. Racing season is coming, and we're going to be racing a lot this year. Check it out, guys. Thanks. All right, boys. The signs were everywhere that it was going to be orange, I guess. I asked Kelly for a rolling cart to put in the trailer. We got an orange parachute back there, and now we have an orange race car. It is really cool. And man, the different lights, that light that is making that gold like that is a LED light, but it's the camera. Just sometimes it picks up that pearl a little bit more. So this thing is freaking phenomenal. So if you notice, the intake is off of this thing. Had a little bit of an oil leak. Got the intake off of it. We'll show you down in the motor here. This is a big block Chevrolet, 532 cubic inches. Not too massive. 4-inch stroke, 4600 bore. Solid roller camshaft, steel block. I think it's the Big M is what they call it. The AFR 357 heads. We're getting some oil that was coming back. The motor plate, it was running down the motor plate, the mid plate back there in the back, and then it was getting on the catch pan, and then it was just coming right here and pulling up something. So, you know, the catch pans was doing exactly what it's supposed to do. It was catching oil. We weren't really dripping anything on the track, so that's a good thing. But now is a time where we decided we're going to fix it. We run these Felpro 1275 S3s. That's a steel core gasket. These things, man, I still can't thank Jerry enough for selling us this engine. I'm really, really happy with the big block. I didn't know that I would ever go with a big block, but here we are. Had a little bit of an oil leak up here in the front, and I don't know if you can notice what happened. Apparently what had happened was, I got this 118 millimeter turbo. That's a Gen 2 precision turbo with the aluminum center section. And it also has the great big turbine wheel in it. But if you notice, there's a lot of squish on the silicone. But if you also notice, it's just flat up here. The intake popped right off. It was no issue. It popped off very easy. I stuck my pry bar in the edge of the intake, and it just popped right up. And if you look under the intake there is no silicone that is under here. That is completely smooth. So I think what happened, let's see if you can see it on the video here. It's kind of hard to see. So in theory here, this thing should be dry. See how you got this dry spot right here? The bolts were nice and tight. But I think what happened, it's wet there, a little bit wet there, and then the same thing on the back here. It pretty much is not dry anywhere on the back. So what I'm thinking happened is we got good seal here. I mean, obviously that is stuck to the block really, really good. I think what happened is maybe I let the silicone get a little bit too dry before I got the intake on it. And the actual silicone never stuck to the intake is what it looks like probably happened. So we got new gaskets. They just got here today. So we're going to clean all this stuff up, and then we're going to reseal the intake. I think what I'm going to do this time, sometimes if you look at like the actual instructions, it'll tell you to smear a little bit on this side and then smear a little bit on that side and then put it together. Put silicone on both parts and not just on one piece. And I know 100% that I stuck it just on this because that's the way I normally do it, and normally it seals. But I guess I'm a little quicker normally at getting that thing on. We got our bullet camshaft down in there. I don't remember what lifters we got. Solid roller, the push rods, they're 3/8, and they are 135 wall. So that's pretty good. I've actually got to get these pieces. We just got washers there on the block. There's pieces that go on here, but I don't have them. One of my buddies had some, and he's going to be sending them to me at some point. Now would be a good time to put them on, but I just don't have them yet. So drained all this antifreeze out of it. It is cold, cold, cold. So we got that going on. So hopefully that's going to fix that issue. Everything else on the engine seems fine. We do need to change the oil. And let me show you, I'll show you what I did on the oil filter. I recorded this part of the video a few weeks ago, but I'm gonna show you what I did to the oil filter, because you can see the oil filter is way down there. It's kind of hard to get to. So with the oil filter being way down in there, it is a challenge. So let me show you what we did to that real fast. I run the 51060R. This surface right here is just super hard to get a grip on. So not a problem. Ta-da! Flex seal. You can use clear, you can use black, you can use white. It doesn't matter. I keep this on just so that it protects it down there. And then you just lightly coat the outside. And then this will allow you to have a grippy surface so that you can remove the oil filter more easily. And then if you put a little coat on the back at the bottom, same thing. Life hack, baby, coat it. A little bit of the spray Flex Seal is gonna go a long ways on making that thing grippy. So we gotta change the oil in it. Also, looking back here at the back of the car, if y'all noticed last time we were out, it was doing some little wheelies. And so we were playing with the shock settings, trying to get it under control. Really didn't get exactly where we needed it to be. So we got some things we gotta do. I don't know if you noticed too, the B is gone. We blowed the B off of the Turbo John, the logo. So Kelly's gotta print us out another B. That's an Optic Armor front windows. He's Scarlet Solutions. Some of his sticker is missing too. Apparently the Optic Armor does not, the stickers don't stick real well to it. So we got to replace those. But we got to get this thing working a little bit better. So we're going to change the bar angles a little bit. Let me show you what we got. So if you notice, the back of the car is really squatted down. And I don't know if you also remember, we raised the front of the car up when we were at Dig or Die. Ryan Mitchell was giving us some advice, and he thought it would probably be a good idea to do that, and it was right. And so we did raise the front of the car. Of course, when you raise the front of the car, you lose some of your extension because obviously that's coming out. Now, these are Jeff Thomas TRS struts. We could, and we may, I think what we're going to do next time I have these apart, I'm gonna go ahead and thread this up, and we can gain about 1 inch by moving that down onto that thread, and then basically we'll just screw these adjusters down, and then we'll be having a little bit more front end travel. Something else I was thinking about, I haven't decided yet. A lot of people, I've done it a couple times. I have played with these. You can put these under this plate here. I mean, it's just a solid piece of plate. So it is possible to move this down to the bottom. That'll gain some distance. If we rearrange our spacers, we can gain a little bit of distance. And that's just as simple as taking the long one from the top here and putting it on the bottom, and then putting the short one up on top. So we can gain a 1/2 inch there, gain a 1/2 inch there, gain 1 inch there, and then move it and gain 1 inch. Now you've got 3 more inches of travel in the front. So we may do that at some point too. Backside racing is tough, and so, you know, I think that would help. But we're gonna raise the back of the car. Remember, we got these 10 soldiers. We got the 10 soldiers brackets underneath. It's a little dark under there. And the car is so low right now in the back, I can't even get up under there, so I gotta jack that up. So we're gonna raise the back of the car. Do need to change the plugs as well. But what I'm gonna do now on the back, I kind of skip around. I got ADD bad, don't I? I feel like I'm all over the place when I'm talking about the different things I'm doing on the car. And this is how my racing career goes, it seems. But right now, our instant center is about like right here, somewhere in the back of the transmission on length. And the height is kind of low. Notice the back of the car doesn't really try to squat. It's kind of at about 100%. So I was talking to Uncle Mike, and so Uncle Mike was giving me some suggestions. last week, and I think he's right. I think we need to, when we raise the back of the car, I'm going to take the bottom bar and I'm going to put more angle in it. So I'm going to drop it down on the rear end housing, and then the upper bar, I'm going to take angle out. So we're going to try to move the instant center more forward. So the instant center is the imaginary pickup point. So that's supposedly where the leverage point is for picking up. So obviously we got this heavy motor up here. So if we can leverage this to where we pick up more of the front weight and it will stay up, then that's going to be a good thing. So we don't want it to really squat. We don't really want it to separate. I want to keep it about 100%. I mean, it's obviously not going to separate a ton because we have a lot of weight back there. So mechanically, it's not going to be able to. But we're going to raise the instant center location up here and try to get the pickup point. You figure the cam height here is 23 or so inches off the ground. So we're going to try to get the pickup point maybe like 18 inches high, somewhere between 16 and 18 inches high. Whereas now it's a lot lower and further back. So that's how you see radial cars. You know, you have a very high instant center relative to the anti-squat line. And, you know, everybody knows about the anti-squat line. 10 Soldiers, those boys have some good videos talking about that, and they got some good calculators. But basically, the back of the car picks up because the instant center point is back here, and so it's easier. So we're going to try to slide it forward and see if that'll work for us. Other thing, I don't know if y'all saw on the wheelie control sensor, we use Mad Racing, and it's right there. It's just bolted right to that frame. This hose clamped on. That's the way that comes with an attachment bracket, where it's like a champ, and it works perfect. I'm going to actually show y'all. Actually, I may do another. I'm going to do another video. I'm going to do another video exclusively talking about the setup. And I've done it before, but I'm going to do it again. The wheelie control was working like a champ on this thing. It was doing exactly what we were asking it to do. Been talking to Beater Bomb a little bit, Joey. He's been giving me some advice too. So that's awesome. I don't know if y'all have seen his YouTube channel yet. He started one, so he'll be posting a lot more stuff on there soon too. So y'all go check him out, Beater Bomb. So here we go. Hang on, check it out. All right, guys. Well, that's a little bit of an update on what we got going on this week in the garage. Hopefully you guys are staying warm. Hopefully you guys are not getting snowed out. If you're from the Midwest or if you're from up north, you're dealing with the cold and the snow as well. So yeah, but next weekend we got a race at Piedmont, so we're going to see if we can get to Piedmont. Hopefully get some. I think it's off the trailer, so we'll see. Hopefully we can get some passes and go some rounds. We got 3 no prep races coming up. So Piedmont, then back at 710, and then at North Myrtle Beach, and then we'll be into the February. Actually, that North Myrtle Beach race is the first weekend of February, so it's gonna be fun. Check it out. Comment, like, and subscribe. Appreciate it, guys. See y'all.